This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. So I started off with some apple, raspberry, strawberry and Greek yoghurt. I'd actually defrosted the berries the day before with the yoghurt, so it just gives a little bit of flavouring, because sometimes Greek yoghurt can be quite tart. I then took the pooch out for a walk. We went a little bit further than normal because I was feeling like I had plenty of energy and it had actually finally stopped raining after all these days. If you've been following along for a while, you'll know that my hair was coming out. However, it's actually starting to look a lot thicker, which I'm really pleased about. Then I went to Slimming World and it was back to basics day, just a good refresher on what the plan is, what we're all trying to achieve, and lots of support, which was really good. And I lost 4.5 pounds, which I'm so pleased about, to be 16 weeks in and still be able to lose 4.5 pounds in a week. Amazing. Then let me tell you, I am full of energy at the minute. So first of all, I took a Vinted order down to get posted off. Then I took the dog for another super long walk around all the muddy woods, and he was absolutely soaked but living his best life. Then it was time for lunch, so I had some carrot and celery, I had an egg, some turkey, some pastrami, and I had about 15 grams worth of grated parmesan, shaved parmesan. It was quite a lot when you actually go to put it on. And I actually sat and did my first ever TikTok live. It was a bit interesting. I wasn't entirely sure what to expect, and mainly it was full of people calling me granny, but it was funny. So it's lasagna soup for tea again. I must have made the absolute biggest batch because this has fed us for so long. It's absolutely crazy. But I tried to have a bit of a smaller portion today and more speed food on my plate. That definitely worked out because I felt full afterwards and I was well satisfied. This is delicious. The more times you heat it up, it seems it gets better with age. I had that with only about 10 grams of parmesan, which I weighed out, and I had a hash brown waffle on the side, which I just once in. Then I had some of this melon. It was really, really sweet, which was nice. I had 2 bars for my healthy extra B, and then I fancied a little treat, so I went and raided the cupboards. I had one of these like snowmen marshmallow chocolates. It was really, really nice, and it's just 2.5 cents, so quite a nice little treat. So I'm ending my day on just 3.5 cents, which I'm feeling pretty good about. I felt full, I've had lots of variety, and I'm pleased with that. And I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. I started off with some apple, raspberry, strawberry and some Greek yoghurt. I do think it looks lovely and appealing when it's like this rather than smashed up in my lunchbox like normal. Then I decided to treat myself by getting my nails done. I had a little French manicure with a tiny little heart on just for fun. Then I got my butt to the gym and I've started a new challenge, the Couch to Era store. For dinner I had this carrot and celery, which are speed foods, some pastrami and an egg, which are free foods. I sometimes think having lots of colour on your plate definitely makes it more appetising. We were having a bit of an empty the fridge night this night, so I made myself like a Slimming World style pot noodle. I did have that with 2 chicken drumsticks on the side. As long as you take the skin off these, people tell me that they're free, and I'm just going to go with that for now. I also had some kimchi on the side, which was free, an egg. This was really delicious. Just sometimes you fancy a little bit of comfort food. I didn't quite eat the whole thing. I do need to start snapping the noodles in half, because otherwise I never eat the whole thing. I had 2 of these bars from a Healthy Extra B. You do have to check on the app because they're not all 2 for a Healthy B, some are just 1. Then I fancied some chocolate, but I'm all about portion control because it is definitely a bit of a binge food for me. So I bought some of these Christmas tree decorations. They're 1.5 cents each. They were really nice, they're like hollow inside, and just enough, portion controlled. I had 2 of them, I felt satisfied, and that was me done. So I'm ending my day on 3 cents, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World, and today was my birthday. So first we went out for some breakfast. The bacon, beans and poached egg was free. I actually cut the fat off the bacon. The sausage and the hash brown, I don't know, and I gave the mushrooms away to my hubby. Then we had some little picky plates for lunch. So the gammon, the chicken, the tzatziki and frittata were all free. The celery and carrots were speed. I had 2 of the Ryvita, which is half of an Healthy Extra B. I had some of my Healthy Extra A in cheese that was in the frittata. It was only 15 grams. So I used 1.5 cents for a cocktail sausage and about 4 cents of like a spreadable pineapple cheese. We did have some birthday cake, which was delicious. I just had a little small slice. I don't know how many sins, but it was my birthday. I was mainly drinking like sugar-free squash and Diet Coke. However, my sister had this alcohol-free gin. I don't necessarily miss alcohol, but I thought it'd be something different to try. It was just half a cent and really nice. For tea, I made this chicken in pepper sauce. I did Slimming World chips, which were free. I had carrot and celery, which were speed foods. The chicken was free, and then I had 1 sin worth of this pepper sauce on the side. Although it wasn't as peppery as when I used it last time, I think maybe I needed to shake the granules around a little bit, so we added quite a lot of cracked black pepper on the top. So I had some chopped up melon, which was free, and I used the other half of my Healthy Extra B on one of these bars. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and call it 15 sins because I'm really not sure today. However, I feel like I stayed on plan as best I could with not knowing exactly how many sins everything was. So that was the birthday edition, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. So I started off with some apple, raspberry, strawberry and some Greek style yoghurt. I've not been able to find any Greek yoghurt at all in the supermarkets this week. I don't know about anybody else. I also now think this tastes really weird, which is odd because I was having it for a long time and thought it was okay, but I'm not really that keen on the taste of it. I then got my butt to the gym and did the week 2 of the Couch to Eras tour. I was properly sweaty because I pushed myself a little bit. I saw on someone's TikTok that they had really nice sushi from Aldi. I couldn't find it, but I did have the duck and chicken one, which is just 1.5 sins. I think the theme of today was I was not full. I kept on going back to the fridge and having a look, so I made myself a little salad with 1 sin of the Texas beef slices. I kept just going back to the fridge again, so I ended up eating 4 Baby Bells, which would be 2 of my Healthy Extra A options. And then as I was making tea, I was trying to open some beans. I got bean juice all over me and all over the ceiling, which I didn't realise for about 25 minutes, and it was really stuck on there. We were going to be having mango chicken for tea. However, yesterday my son had asked my mum to go get this steak pie and she brought it round tonight and he wanted it as soon as he saw it. I didn't eat the outer crust, just the top and the bottom pastry, so I'm going to call it 10 sins, similar to one that I'd seen in Asda. I also had some beans which are free and some carrot and celery on the side. I wanted to make Slimming World chips, but I just didn't have the time, and the boys were having frozen potatoes, which I didn't want. I actually felt pretty full though after this, thankfully. Then I rounded off my day with 2 of these for a Healthy Extra B. So I'm finishing off the day on 12.5 sins, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. So I started off with some Greek style yoghurt, apple, strawberry and raspberry. I then made the oddest concoction for dinner, which was an omelette with a Healthy Extra worth of cheese. I then cooked some bacon to go in the omelette, but totally forgot about it. So I added some of the Texas beef slices. I actually threw them in the microwave for a minute because it said you can eat them hot. And then I had some speed food on the side. Bit of an odd dinner, but I liked it. Then went out for a super cold dog walk and I was all wrapped up. I felt like an absolute fridge monster today, and the number of times I went back to the fridge to see what was in there was ridiculous. I had one of these skinny mint whips, which are just 1.5 sins. And because I kept looking in the fridge, I remembered I had some tzatziki that I'd made the other day from a party, which was free. So I had that with some carrot sticks. These actually really worked. I didn't think that it'd fill me for very long. But I think because I sat munching them over time whilst I was working, they definitely kept me distracted and full. For tea, we had the chicken fajita pie. The recipe's actually the one prior to this. And this was really, really nice. Definitely filling. Definitely will be having it again. I mean, I'm having it for my tea tonight. Then I got back from Cubs and had another of these skinny mint whips for just 1.5 sins. I ended off my day with one of these bars for my Healthy Extra B. I'd used my other B choice in the fajita pie. I had thought that was it for the day, but when I went to let the dog out for a wee, I also got one of these little Christmas tree decorations, which are 1.5 sins. It's definitely on days like this that I'm glad in advance that I have some little snacks in my fridge so I don't go too crazy, but I have something that I want. So I'm ending my day on 5.5 sins, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. Started off with some apple, raspberry, strawberry and some low-fat yoghurt. Sometimes because it's a bit thinner than Greek yoghurt, you get a little puddle. However, it's good to mix all the juices in. Gives it a bit of flavour. For lunch, I had some carrot and celery with some Texas beef slices that are 1 sin. I'd made some tzatziki over the weekend, which was sin-free, and I had a little bit of parmesan. I definitely had a boiled egg, but I don't know why it's not in the picture. I bought these Snacker Jacks ages ago to try, and I tried them yesterday. They were alright, 4 sins, not as much flavour as I would have liked. And we finished off most of the fajita pie for tea. It was using half of a Healthy Extra B and half of a Healthy Extra A. There was some left in the bowl, but my son was having the rest of the steak pie, otherwise it would have easily done all 3 of us. I'd actually forgotten that I'd used half of a Healthy Extra B and I had 2 of these bars, so I'm going to sin one of them at 3 sins. Then I finished off my day with one of these skinny mint whips, which are just 1.5 sin. So I'm ending my day on 9 sins, which I'm pretty pleased about, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is my what I eat in a day on Slimming World. So I started off with apple, raspberry, strawberry and some Greek yoghurt. For dinner I had some of the Texas beef slices for 1 sin. 2 boiled eggs, 2 Baby Bells, some seafood sticks and some carrot and celery. I was really trying to fill myself up this day so I wouldn't snack. I had just the 1 piece of gum and they are 5 for half a sin, so I'm not going to count it, but feel free to do what you like. For my tea, I had 2 of these skinny Aldi sausages, which are half a sin each, some carrots, some Slimming World chips, and the spaghetti hoops were 1 sin for the whole tin. I'm going to count it as half, even though this wasn't quite half of the tin. And I went to the gym and my God, was it cold. I definitely didn't do as much as I usually would, and I think it was because I went after tea, which I definitely won't be doing again. But I did sort of 25 minutes on the treadmill, just lightly strolling, which I definitely think is better than nothing. When I got home, I had 2 of these Skinny Crunch bars as my healthy extra B, and then finished off the day with one of these Tree chocolates, which are 1.5 sins. So I'm finishing my day on 4 sins, which I'm pretty pleased about, and I'll see you tomorrow.